latest with Lindsey. When we had last spoken on her, she came out and revealed that Miley Grace had been temporarily removed from her custody pending a court case, and she was living with her father and stepmother, and there's just a lot of drama going on. Lindsey was accusing Miley Grace's father and stepmother of allowing Miley Grace to do drugs and vape. Miley Grace made several videos accusing Lindsey of lying, and she said that she actually hadn't vaped in months, and there are these pictures going around from Snapchat that Lindsey had shared where Miley was vaping, and Miley was like, okay, that's when I was actually living at Lindsey's house, and you can tell because since I moved out of Lindsey's house, I've had purple hair, and I didn't have purple hair in this picture. Well, now Lindsey has shared an update, and her daughter was removed from her father's home. She shared, in May, I caught Miley with a nicotine vape and drinking. As her mother, I did what parents are supposed to do, and she was grounded and lost her phone for the summer. That's not abuse, it's discipline. After earning her privileges back, she was caught vaping again in September and was suspended from school. The very next day, she chose to go to her father's house and was encouraged to make a TikTok video about me to try to get in the TikTok Creator Rewards program by the adult she was living with. My daughter, who never even wanted me to tag her in a social media video because she wanted her pages to stay private, then started frequently posting, and it worked. She got tons of attention and support. I never spoke about the trouble my daughter was getting in before her stepmother sold the story to a reporter because I wanted to protect her. Okay, from what I've heard, she didn't even sell this story. I think a lot of this is speculation, that she sold the story, that she did this just to get in the Creators Rewards program, because I feel like if she did this to get in the Creators Reward program, then she would have milked the hell out of this. She would have been making every video possible, because I'm sure there's a lot of tea that she knows on Lindsey that she still hasn't spilled. Please remember, Miley is a child being twisted by adults who are out for their own gain. Teenagers push boundaries and they make mistakes, but the environment they're in dictates how far they can go. I never claimed to have it all right as a mother, but she was safe and sober with good grades and a bright future with me. On Thursday, I was contacted by CPS and informed that there is an active CPS case on her father's household and that Miley has been removed from that home pending our court case this week. When a teenager is given no consequences, exposed to things they shouldn't be, and living in a home where boundaries are optional, the outcome is predictable. Teenagers do what teenagers do, and adults are responsible for preventing it. I am Miley's parent, not her friend. My job is to protect her future, even when that means being unpopular as I have been the past few months. And as desperately disappointed as I am that this has happened, at least she's out of that home and CPS now has eyes on the situation. And then Lindsey shared a comment from Miley's stepmother where someone said, what trouble did Miley get into? And Miley's stepmother said, none. Lindsey caught her with a nicotine vape 7 to 8 months ago, and she has ruined her life over it extensively. Truly, Miley is the best kid. That's what makes it so hard and bad for Miley, because the little lies her mom paints her as is crazy. Anything Miley Grace was allowed to post when she had her phone back was for the day when Lindsey was around to monitor her having it while they were at a rodeo or something. And she wasn't allowed to do anything else. The entire phone was locked and she couldn't see the lies and false stuff that Lindsey was saying about her. It's all been a fake picture for social media for Lindsey Downs to make money at her daughter's expense. And then someone commented telling Lindsey they hope that she can figure everything out and get Miley Grace back, and she commented and responded back saying that she hopes she can get Miley Grace back and get her into treatment and back into therapy before she turns 18 so she has a chance. Someone else said, so where did Miley get sent to when they removed her? CPS usually fails kids and leaves them in the worst situation, so if they removed her, they had a damn good reason. And Lindsey responded and she said she's with her great grandmother on her father's side, who has told me that I'm not even allowed to text her or check on Miley. And then someone else asked, okay, so Miley was removed from her dad's home. Where is she at? Someone else said the same thing. She's with her great grandmother. But this person made a very valid point. They said if Miley wasn't removed from Lindsey's house by CPS, like she's been claiming, then why can't she go with Lindsey? And then someone else asked, okay, well, where are they at when she really needed them? Like in everything I saw, your mom, which is your granny, she took care of her while you couldn't, and now you're in the spotlight, they want to take that. And Lindsey said, and they won't let my mom speak to her either. And this person said, I know her heart is broken over that. Haven't y'all lost enough holidays together? And Lindsey said, I know, and I had a trip to New York City planned for just me and Miley. She asked to go last year, but it was too late to buy everything. So now me and my friend Molly are going since Miley Grace isn't home. It's been the hardest 3 months of my life. At least when I was in prison, I knew she was well taken care of with my mom, but watching her go down this path and having no ability to do anything has been eating me up day and night. Then Lindsey's fiance Chad said, exactly, I never saw him at her volleyball games. And I'm wondering, like, when are they supposed to get married? I thought Lindsey said they were going to get married in a few weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then someone else said, Miley doesn't stand a chance with the people around her. She should have stayed with her grandma. And Lindsey said, unfortunately, they won't allow Miley to speak to my mother anymore. The last time she talked to her was in September when they called my mom and asked her for $15,000 and she said no. And the person said, the father is asking for money for his child? There's got to be someone that can change this. And Lindsey's fiance, Chad, said, yes, the sperm donor is no man of a father. I tried to talk to him, and all he did was cry and say he couldn't take on the responsibility, then thought of a personal gain and sold the story. I am no monster, but I work and provide and show up for the kids. And someone said, seems like you're the best example of a father that Miley has had. And he responded and he said, yeah, I tried. So he's responding to like him disciplining Miley, which I've said since the beginning I felt like it wasn't his place. Yes, it seems like they may have been together for a hot minute because they're already moved in together and she's got a ring on her finger, but they haven't been together that long. Like Miley just met Chad, what was it, in May? It was sometime around May, and so she had only known him for months at that point, and I just feel like he had no place to be disciplining her. They were not married, they had only been together for months. That should have been 100% Lindsey's responsibility. But Chad claims that she had asked him to intervene. He said, I never spoke harsh to her. Okay, like telling her to clean this F-ass kitchen or you're gonna kick her ass. That sounds a little harsh to me. And he said she needs love, and when her father refused her on Friday and then opened his home to her on Saturday, you should have seen her little face. She was so happy he finally accepted her, even if it was for personal gain. Families donated money and clothing to them for Miley, and they soaked it up. Okay, because when Lindsey let Miley go over there, she didn't allow Miley to take anything. She couldn't take no clothes, her car. I understand not taking her car if Lindsey bought that. But I mean, come on, you could have let her take like a week's worth of clothes or something. Like you literally sent her over there with the clothes on her back and nothing else. And so he said that he just feels like they were just pretty much doing it for personal gain. And someone else said, well, is Miley gonna move back in with you? And Lindsey said it's been almost 3 months since she went to live with her dad, and on Thursday CPS called me to let me know that they opened an investigation on his home and have removed her from his household. We go to court Tuesday and hopefully we'll be able to just get her then, but it's up to the judge and CPS since there is an active case on his home. So it sounds like there's an active case in both of their homes right now. But that's pretty much it, guys. hopefully they can get this situation figured out and Miley can get in the best place. I mean, I feel bad for the father's great grandma. I mean, I'm sure she is having a hard time getting around, and now she's taking care of a teenager out of nowhere. But I'm glad that hopefully Miley's in somewhere safe where she's not gonna have to deal with any kind of abuse. But you guys let me know what you guys think about this whole situation in the comments below. I'll continue to follow this and give you guys updates as more updates come out. But thank you guys so much for watching.